and welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about an American national denied entry into the Philippines. A Chinese man loses his against arresting officers. Foreigners in the back of a tuk-tuk engage in grown-up stuff despite being asked to stop several times. The Philippines named the least safe country for travelers, plus much more. Let's jump straight into our main story. An American national named Matthew Stephen Gross denied entry to the Philippines over past convictions in line with efforts to protect children and uphold national security. The Philippines Bureau of Immigration has denied entry to Matthew Stephen Gross, a 36-year-old American citizen, due to a prior conviction in the United States against someone who is not 18 years old yet. Gross arrived at Mactan Cebu International Airport on June 16th aboard a flight from Taipei. Upon inspection, immigration authorities discovered that he had been convicted in 2012 in the U.S. for an offense involving a minor. Under the Philippines immigration laws, individuals with convictions involving moral turpitude, especially those related to minors, can be excluded from entering the country for public safety reasons. The BI's decision falls under the hashtag Shield Kids campaign, which is focused on child protection and keeping individuals who may pose a risk away from vulnerable sectors of society. BI Commissioner Joe Anthony Viado explained that this exclusion reflects the Bureau's commitment to maintaining strict border control and protecting children. He emphasized that foreign nationals with a history of offenses involving minors are not welcome in the Philippines. Matthew Stephen Gross was immediately returned to his port of origin and has been added to the Bureau's blacklist. Do not enter. I wonder if that weird smirk of a smile irritated the officer to look deeper into his background. All jokes aside, yeah, get out of here, man. Ain't nobody want that in the country. Somebody else who's not wanted in the country is a Chinese man who goes completely berserk on 3 National Bureau of Investigation agents during an entrapment operation in Parañaque City. The agents were attempting to arrest him and his companion for allegedly holding a passport for ransom. The suspects one agent in the face and resisted arrest, requiring at least 3 men to subdue him. Both suspects are now facing robbery, extortion, and assault charges. That's a pretty big dude, man. Yeah, so I guess that guy's going away for a while. So this next story I kept seeing come up on Facebook multiple times in the past week. I kept ignoring it. Eventually I couldn't ignore it anymore. This is what Hello Safe's survey had to say. So the Philippines is the least safe country for travelers, says Hello Safe. If you guys want to see a full breakdown of how I think that is complete bullshit, I made a video about it right here, 10 minutes long. I'll leave the link in the description. You can check that out on my other channel, Living Abroad, to hear the complete breakdown of why I think that is just nonsense. What do you think? Do you think the Philippines is the world's least safe country for travelers? Come on. The whole world? And then 2 Vietnamese nationals were arrested in Makati City on June 16 for allegedly performing cosmetic procedures without proper licenses. Police caught them during an entrapment operation at a beauty salon in Bel Air Village, where they were offering medical consultation and quoting prices for nose jobs and body enhancements. Authorities identified them as Pong and Nguyen and confirmed they were not registered with the Philippines Professional Regulation Commission. Some fake doctors, once again, you got to be very careful. I know cosmetic surgery become extremely popular in Southeast Asia. Of course, places like Thailand, South Korea is the king of all of that. And then now even the Philippines. So if you're going to get some of that stuff done, be sure you go to a medical professional that is licensed and reputable. And just maybe try not to save a little bit of money on that kind of procedure because it can get really, really dangerous. And then some alarming news. UNICEF sounds alarm on the Philippine education crisis. The United Nations Children's Fund warned of a real and widespread learning crisis in the Philippines as recent findings revealed that a vast majority of students are falling significantly behind in reading and mathematics. Clearly, I need to be brushing up on my terminology as well. This is following the recent alarm that was raised by another Philippine senator saying that about 20% of Filipinos can't read or write, even though they graduated high school. And by can't read or write, I mean they don't comprehend what they're reading and writing. Looks like the Philippines need to focus a little bit more on education. I assume a lot of it has to do with just TikTok or mobile phones and all that, just lack of, and the low salaries for teachers. I'm sure there's like a whole slew of reasons why this happens. So yeah, something I found interesting in today's news. Next up, social networking site Facebook flagged the AI-generated video shared by Senator Bato de la Rosa on Sunday, June 15th for containing false information. The video shows students allegedly protesting the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte. However, a closer analysis revealed that the interview is clearly AI generated. All right, so you know why those actual AI generated videos are getting really, really good. I had to look at some stuff twice myself. I couldn't tell whether they were like AI or real because of programmers such as the following peoples. Check this out. Tech companies in China are hiring programming cheerleaders, girls that cheer up the programmers as they work. Yes, sirree, Bob, sign me up. Sign me up to learn JavaScript, Python, CC+, whatever it is. If that girl's behind me, cheer me on. Let me see which one me likey. I think I'm gonna go for that, the gal them dress in that wedding dress. What do you guys think? Who's your favorite cheerleader? Right? This is fucked up. Write your comments in the comment section about how you'd like to be cheered on and by whom. Whom. I said whom. Perhaps I use that correctly for once in my life. Going on to the next one. Look at these fools. A Phuket, Thailand tuk-tuk driver has shared footage of a foreign couple engaging in an indecent act in the back of his vehicle during a ride to a certain beach. He said he asked the couple to stop several times but was ignored. The video captured via the rear view mirror shows the pair continuing despite repeated warnings. The driver claimed the tourists were Russian nationals, though this has not been confirmed. He previously reported a similar incident earlier this year. The case has renewed calls for legal action under Section 388 of the public Thai law, which punishes public indecency with fines of up to 5,000 baht. I mean, after what they did to the last guy, just give him a $300 ticket. I'm sure nobody's gonna care. Maybe this guy's tuk-tuk is very comfortable in the back seat, but come on, man. Keep it in your pants just a bit longer. Get to the beach at least when it's darker. Ain't nobody seeing you. But yeah, what do you guys think of these kinds of incidences? I mean, there really isn't much to say. It just doesn't seem... Aren't you like uncomfortable? Next up, 2 Indian women were caught shoplifting while in transit in Singapore's Changi Airport on June 2nd. Though they knew each other, authorities confirmed they were not part of a syndicate. Guanka Simran, 29, was sentenced to 8 days in jail for stealing a purse from Furla, Terminal 3, and perfume from cosmetic store Terminal 2, worth over $500. And God Prasha was 30 years old, was fined $700 for stealing a black haversack from Charles and Keith, Terminal 2. Both were in Singapore for just a transit stop en route to Bali. The Singapore police force emphasized a tough stance on shoplifting, promising strict legal action. What is y'all doing? Yeah, something tells me you guys kind of knew each other, really, from the same place, going to the same place, stealing at the same time. Kind of doesn't make sense, like how often does this happen. One more thing about those transit terminal duty-free shops. Who's out here buying this stuff? Okay, you save maybe 15% on tax, but they jack up those prices by at least 50%. So what if I'm going to save 15% on a $2,000 purse when I get that purse for like $1,000 outside? That's my whole other beef when it comes to duty-free Toblerone for $80. Come on, man. I don't want chocolate that bad, but I guess maybe I'm just poor. Let's finish up with a couple of positive stories. A giant dragonfly weighing approximately, I'm going to guess that's mistranslated, a catfish-looking fish, a 150 kilo caught in Paracale, Camarines Norte. Whoa, that's a big fish. They have to strap on some wood so they can carry it. Yeah, I don't really know much about fishing. One time I went, I don't know what I was doing, or the wiggly worm. Anyhow, what do you guys think of that fish? If you're a fisherman, know your fish. Can you eat that? I guess you can eat it, right? Yeah, I don't know. Just big fish making the news. Talk about good news. A villager from Nakhon Ratchasima, Thailand, known as Uncle Plantent, won a 12 million baht jackpot in Thailand's national lottery on June 16th. The winning ticket number was 507392. His win sparked joy and celebration in Thang Long community, with neighbors visiting to offer their congratulations. Locals say the win has brought hope and happiness to the village. Awesome. Good for that guy. I'm so happy for him. And now it's time for our segment, our feel-good moment, in which Russell says, feel good moment. A stranger booked a Grab for me in Manila, got out at the US Embassy, which was very hectic. I was so concentrated on all the paperwork in my hands that I left my fanny pack with all my money, medications, and cell phones. The driver went out of his way for hours to find me and get it back to me. It was right before Christmas. He got a nice 10,000 peso tip. So good to see honest Grab drivers in the Philippines. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Once again, another person sharing a story where they left something behind of value and was returned to them. In this case, somebody looking for them for hours. So good for you and good for him. Thank you guys for sharing your feel-good moments. Here's our next segment, Yesterday Today, where I share some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. AI Coconut Guy regularly makes the Yesterday Today segment. Yo, Alex, regarding fat cops, I guess Philippines officials are out of stock with the word discrimination and prejudice. It's more on substance rather than image. If you know what I mean, have a great day. Not necessarily, but sure. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. Prejudice, discrimination, is, I think, a little bit more complex than that. It's like whether it can affect your job, right? If you can't complete your duties as a police officer, chase somebody, falling down. I guess if they have like tests and all that, maybe weight shouldn't be an issue, but capability sometimes goes hand in hand. But thank you for sharing your thoughts. Dial Museum says, give Alex that thumbs up everywhere. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button, maybe even sharing with somebody else that has interest in the Philippines. Let's do a couple more. Another great video. Cheers, says Steve. And Theme Pro 24, looking roid free. Yeah, but Vitali. And lastly, a big supporter, Robert, says, hope they do about these taxis, but don't forget, you can use Grab. A lot of people say it works great. It does work great if you can get a Grab. If you have a phone, just simply download the Grab app, put in your information, and you can get an actual amount before you even get in the taxi. So it's like an Uber down here in the Philippines. Grab is very popular. You can also download Joyride if you want to have a second option. That's it for today, guys. So there's a lot of stuff packed in there. Boom, boom, boom. So that is it. There's a lot to cover, but I got through it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Anyhow, this is on the foot, is that how you say, on the foot of? I hope he can do whatever he wants, that he wanted to with some money that he just came about. What? Yeah, it's a pretty boo.